Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the High School Star League of Legends Grand Finals. We're here with Cerritos High School versus Crescenta Valley High School. Game 3 will be coming up. I'm Crescenta here with Cursing Special.
Hey guys.
Yep. Going to be joining me at the caster desk for the third game and possibly final game here as Cerritos High School is up 2-0 versus Crescenta High School. And so far, they've been looking really strong. Cerritos High School so far just have had dominating games.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, they're 2-0. They've shown that they're a really solid team. I think Crescenta Valley, they really need to just pull it together and just try to get a win out. And for a lot of these teams, getting the first win down is a really good momentum for them, and they could potentially bring it back if they can win this.
Yeah, obviously, having tournament experience yourself, what is it like just playing in front of a live audience? And do you think nerves are just taking a toll on the players right now?
Definitely. I think at least for Cerritos, they're definitely feeling really good. They're 2-0. They're confident. They're going in, perhaps not bringing in the best champions. Yeah. And that's what it seems like. And Crescenta Valley can take advantage of that. If they can win a game, they might be able to turn the tables on Cerritos. And again, winning this first game could mean a lot for them if they can turn it around.
Yeah, winning the third game, definitely. So far, it's been looking pretty good for these guys here. Crescenta Valley, obviously, just have to be very careful coming into the third game. So the second game, some pretty interesting champion pickups. There's a Quinn AD carry. Has not had a very good success rate in the LCS.
I agree. Yeah. Quinn is traditionally not that strong AD carry.
But New Era just went so well with it going into the game and really just kind of carried it out. Also, AD carry Thresh. I'm sure that's been like a dream of yours, just go AD carry Thresh on LCS.
Well, I mean, my team probably wouldn't let me do that, but it looks pretty fun. He got a lot of kills. Definitely wouldn't mind doing so. Yeah.
Really strong game coming out from Cerritos. So, Crescenta Valley, just go over them. I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of backstory from these two teams. Cerritos High School, actually, we're all friends before they started playing League of Legends, which is really cool. But actually, nope, doesn't matter about that. We are into the Champion Select, guys. Game 3 of the High School Star League of Legends Grand Finals. Going to be a very exciting match, hopefully, or exciting possible last game. So first band going to come out, it's going to be a Yasuo. So the bands that have been coming out have been Yasuo, Kassadin, and LeBlanc consistently from the side of Crescenta Valley because they're focusing it onto Yahoo.com, who has been just a really strong mid lane, I'm sure. Like, you know him from solo queue, possibly.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot in solo queue. I think at one point we were even considering him for TSM way back.
Dang.
But yeah, he's a really solid player. He was just too young. That was a big thing.
Very young. Obviously, being in high school, like the rest of the players here, he's actually going to be a senior next year with the rest of his team. Meanwhile, Crescenta Valley are all going to be graduated, actually. They've all graduated already. Anyway, Kale is the last band coming in. And so that's a little bit of a deviation, but Cerritos High School, we'll go ahead and ban out Cassin, so that's taken out. Evelyn as well, been a consistent ban throughout this series. And we're going to take out Lulu as well, who Yahoo.com last game on Lulu. It's a very interesting game. He went very good, strong on the KDA. But just kind of a champion he picked up and did very well on. So we'll be seeing this first pick coming up. It's going to be a Lee Sin auto locked in.
That's interesting. Elise, okay, yeah, it's probably going to be the next pickup. It's interesting seeing there's so many mid bands. I'm curious to see what they'll pick. They have 5 mid bands, and all right, they're just going, for now, they're just going for the support and the Elise. Both really strong picks. Didn't need to get Elise there since they already had their jungler, but we'll see.
Yeah, because Lee Sin, obviously, once again, it's a target pick for Lulu Mainunu or Decrupt. In a previous interview we just had, Decrupt actually stated he's been practicing a lot of Elise, so picking this up, get it in the first game, picking it up now, must be a confidence boost for him. And it looks like so far with the picks, they just want to go for kind of a smooth sailing third game, because second game went very late, in contrast to the first game, which was 20 minutes long.
Yeah, with picks, it's really hard to tell what teams are going for in early picks, especially with safe picks in the jungle and support Morgana. They can really do anything. I'm personally interested that they're not picking Braum, because I know I would probably pick that really early. That's just my preference. I think he's really strong. But we see they're let me see on lock-ins yet, but hovering over the Draven and the Ori, interesting picks.
Yep. So Raven actually locked in here. That's very interesting coming out from a failed tail. It is one of his more played champions in solo queue. So it's kind of a snowball AD carry for support pickups with a Draven. Who do you expect to see?
Against Morgana specifically, I would like to see a Nami. Nami is a very safe support and allows Draven to farm. It is good against Morgana also. Again, you can always go with Thresh, Braum. Those are always solid picks, but in this specific case, winning lane might be a key for just Crescenta Valley, just being able to pull out a win.
Ooh, Yahoo.com hovering over Warwick. So what you don't know is that Yahoo.com, his favorite champion is Warwick, according to him at least. So if he goes for Warwick middle lane, it's an interesting pick, but his also how to play loves that Warwick. But they'll be switching it around.
Okay.
Hovering over his favorite champion, wants to give him some love.
I mean, Ziggs is obviously the stronger pick here. And Ziggs is actually really strong in lane against Orianna. One of the few champions that Ori actually loses to. Ziggs is very lane dominant, and since he is known as kind of the star of their team, he's likely going to pick something that can win his lane, just kind of dominate and take over the game.
Yep, so last pick is going to be New Era on Lucian. One of the champions he's been picking up quite a bit, and just kind of a standard AD carry pickup now. Last pick here, Flash going to be going for the Shyvana. He played that last game, and Wazir's on the support Annie.
Right now, Crescenta Valley has a very kind of wombo comp, kind of snowbally comp, and they're pretty much saying, hey guys, let's win early, win our lanes, win team fights, and try carry from there. They're definitely not going to be able to win a game if it's beyond 40, 50 minutes, just because of the way their team comp works. But I mean, in League of Legends, the best thing about it is that it doesn't really matter what team comp you have. You can play better, you can outplay the opponents, play to your team's strength. You can always come out on top. And Cerritos, on the other hand, they have a really strong. They have a Jax. They have a late game like a Ziggs who can really just stop the game. He can easily wave clear, and makes it very hard for the enemy team to push, especially near the inhibs or even contesting Baron and stuff like that.
Yeah, the last pick Jax coming in. Obviously surprising that it got down so far low in the pick order. Just Jax being a very popular champion. We'll be seeing the late game Jax coming in, and we're taking down. So looking over, some of the spells we're actually not seeing any heals on either of these mid laners. Gonna be going for 2 ignites, possibly some aggression maybe.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Ziggs would definitely be aggressive early on, and Ori is gonna get again also. So both sides are saying, you know what, let's just trade hard.
Yeah.
We might see a lot of kills mid, especially with the aggressive Lee Sin and Elise. We'll definitely, probably most definitely, I guess it doesn't really work together, but we'll likely see pressure mid.
Yep. So, guys, we're gonna be about to get into our third game of the night. It's going to be Crescenta Valley High School versus Cerritos High School in our High School Star League of Legends Grand Finals. So far, been very dominating for Cerritos High School, being up 2-0. And we'll see how they can take this up into the third game. And I wouldn't be too surprised if they pick up the victory. So far, they've been undefeated. In the Winter Championships, they actually went up against the jungler Shorter Ace. You might know him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And his high school, Jackson High School, took them down 3-0. And the second game is actually similar to this. The first game, once again, was kind of a 20-minute dominating victory. Second game, it went to 60 minutes. So it's kind of similar to 37 minutes. And just it being longer. So we'll see how this third game plays out.
Okay. It's interesting to point out that Annie actually has Ignite versus Exhaust and Morgana. So potentially there could be a lot of kills, at least for the Draven Annie. They're going to be playing really aggressive. Lee Sin could pressure bottom, and they could get some kills, get that lane rolling. Could turn out to be good. We see a blue trinket on that Lee Sin.
Yes, Yahoo.com has gone for the Scrying Gorb first. That is interesting picking. We don't see Scrying Gorb or pretty much at all anymore, but Yahoo.com decides he wants some vision. He's playing Ziggs, so he's a champion that does like some vision here. Already going for a bit of early aggression onto Kalel. But so far, it looks like we'll be seeing just some standard starts here. Looking like no invades, possibly.
Yeah, Blue Trinket is actually, at least on Ziggs, is one of the few champions who can actually benefit from it. Obviously, his ultimate, throw bombs from the fog. He's someone that definitely can use that well.
Yep, so looks like we're going to be seeing standard lanes. There have been no lane swaps this game, or this match, pretty much all standard throughout the day, and it's obviously had very good results for Cerritos High School. Varying results in the early game, of course. And how to play, and Decruptor actually turning around. So let's go ahead and talk about that pink ward that Decruptor plays. Early pink ward on Elise. Very interesting to decide to go for that in his early item build.
It's actually very common among competitive players just because Elise doesn't really need that extra few pots for sustain. And the pink ward just, if nobody clears it, you can have it up there for a long time. Looks like Jack's actually try to sneak in the blue. It could be risky if Shyvana just tries to kill him.
And he's actually going to be starting this blue buff. And meanwhile, the jungler is down. Lulu by Nunu is down here. Flash will be catching it onto him. Want to have how to play back out of the blue buff. Lulu by Nunu is around as well to chase him off. So interesting start. Just a little bit of a delayed start for Lulu by Nunu. Had to play, take some damage, but of course he does have a crystalline flash to start out the game. Has some nice sustain with that.
Yeah, that was kind of risky on Jack's part. But obviously, since he is Jax, has his E, he's not going to die. Especially Shyvana, who cannot chase on level 1. But it does delay Lee Sin's blue buff, which could slow down and could allow Elise to pressure him even harder.
Yeah, so we're seeing Elise, as you're saying, has started up on the jungle a lot earlier here. Decrypt is already on his way to the blue buff. Meanwhile, Lulu by Nunu has just taken, or is starting to take the wolves now, so not even on his second buff yet. And Decrypt has a nice early start, so do you expect to see any games coming out from him early with this?
Elise could potentially go for an early gank bottom, especially seeing how there are no wards, and they are playing aggressive bottom lane.
Yeah.
But we'll see how Elise moves here.
Yeah, the Annie-Draven, definitely a very early game lineage, trying to look for some sort of weakness on Mufasa and New Era, trying to take them down. However, here comes the gank. Decrypt coming in from the side. The stun coming in onto Mufasa. However, Kahlua does know Decrypt is coming in here. They're going to focus in onto him. The stun is going to be coming out for Paul coming in here as well. Jumps right back down, but he has to flash away. Kahlua and Wazir start doing damage. Wazir going to get very low here. He will be able to survive in an interesting bottom lane fight coming out.
That was really, really close. You see Lee Sin here also. Looks like Annie and Draymar are just too low to stay, but a lot of summoners burn. Unfortunately, no first blood for Cerritos, and yeah, like I said, Draven was just too far extended, didn't have his trinket up, and waited just in time to see Elise go on him. It was really unfortunate.
Yeah, so why don't we go ahead and talk about the cost of that gank. All 4 summoners blown from Kahlua and Wazir's. New Era had to bring the heal, as well as Decrypt using the flash. So how do you think that will play out for them?
That sucks a lot. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
But it's just Annie, Draven, they want to have their flash up. They want to play aggressive. And now, knowing that Elise could always be around, unless you have a board out, they're going to have to play a lot safer. And that's not something you want to do as a Draven. Yeah, you want to be near the tree. You want to be playing aggressive. And you want Lee Sin to be behind you, looking for a counter game.
Nice. Dark Binding coming off. And this is kind of what happens whenever you have a Morgana on your team. Dark Binding comes out, lays on Demented Soul, and having an AD carry like Thresh, you can, like Lucian, you can go for that kind of play there, because Lucian just has a nice amount of trading damage. So far, I've been a quiet game from these 2 games. Last game came out early with a lot of kills coming in abruptly, really. But this game, with the more standard lanes, more standard team compositions, these teams are going to be playing it slowly, and if they get their game, actually, you are going to be taking some damage. A lot of trading down in this bottom lane, but a lot of it is really just trading. Exhaust comes down to Wazir. Actually, there's a Soul Shacker's first blood comes in, and it's going to be New Era picking that one up, and they just get that kill.
Yeah, they just exhausted Annie. She had no flash, and she just went down. It's just not having summoners, being levels down, forces you to play a little, not as aggressive. And they try to still play aggressive, and they were punished for it.
Yeah, so very unfortunate here for the early game Draven and Annie bottom lane. How do you think they should be playing out after this, just having that early game mistake? Hold on, after Decrypt coming into middle lane for a gank onto Kalel. D'Angelo will be coming out from the bomb, Jagger.com. A little bit low on mana. Kalel is trying to run away towards the enemy side of the map here. We'll see if he can actually make an escape. They're throwing damage over him, over the wall. Still looking to get out of here. Scrying Orb coming off. Flash being used. Still trying to make a great escape, but he is on the wrong side of the map. I don't think he'll be able to get out of this one. Bouncing Bomb comes across so close to getting the kill. But Decrypt is still here. He wants to pick up this kill. Kalel trying to make the great escape right now, running throughout the enemy's jungle. Oh, man.
Poor guy. He looks pretty dead. Let's see if at least he can kill, though. He's trying to die himself, so he might be able to get an execute. That could turn out better.
Oh, Mega Inferno Bomb. No, Decrypt pounces in and ends up securing the kill.
Wow, that bomb was really, really close.
Yeah.
That was just unfortunate. Oriana tried to just buy some more time, hopefully allow his teammates to just not have the least pressure for a little bit, but unfortunately he does go down, and he loses a lot of pressure. He is behind in CS2.
And it was actually a really smart move by Yahoo.com. Originally, I don't believe he was level 6. He just walked down back to the middle lane, got the creeps and experience. At level 6, had the bomb to go ahead. Almost secure the kill, but it was Decrypt who had the range to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, he knew that he wasn't going to be able to chase him, and he allowed Elise to do so, and he hit level 6, had a really good ultimate, and would have secured the kill had Elise not gotten it.
Yes. So, good play coming out from these guys here. 2-0 start for Cerritos High School. First kills on the board for them. As I believe history has been playing out here. Getting all the first bloods, as well as most of the early kills right now. Top lane, it's a bit of a slugfest. How to play of 51 CS. The Flash is at 35. Right now they're actually going to be trading out. Lulu by Nunu wants to come in. Does land a Sonic wave. How to play with the Flash and the Leap Strike away.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lee Sin was not level 6 there. Otherwise, he could have made a play, hopefully gotten a kill. But, I mean, Jax is annoying to kill. He had Flash. Wasn't able to get a kill on him.
Yeah, had the 2 dashes to get escape from there. Has been building double Thorns Blades and a Crystalline Flash. So has been going for some nice amount of sustain and some early damage as well. And he's been, so far, trading CS very well with Flash.
Yeah, that lane is actually pretty good for Jax. He can farm fairly easily. And as you can see, he's just sustaining. And he's going to get his farm up and just hope to go for late game.
Yeah, there's a stun coming out with some nice damage. He's trading it back, though. Flash has to back out of this one. Leap Strike comes in, Empowered Strike. Not going to be able to land that auto attack. Flash is able to walk away, but he has been very much pressured in this top lane. So right now, we'll be seeing Decrypt possibly heading down to bottom lane. 8 minutes in here, do you expect to see any objective plays starting to come out, or do you think these teams just want to keep it? And hold on, here comes these Soul Shackles coming off. Waz is going to be in trouble, has to flash away. It's a Dark Binding as well, but they cannot dive into that tower.
Yeah, I mean, Morgana was just level 6 there before, and he's even level 5, and they just have so much pressure bot lane right now. It's a tough lane for them. They're pretty far behind EXP, behind in CS also, and their summers are also down now, so they're going to have to play a lot safer.
And so we're seeing some grouping in the bottom lane here as they start trying to take on this tower. Decrypt taking out on the side. We're seeing a lot more grouping here. Looks like Crescenta Valley wants to respond to Decrypt, looking for some aggression. Won't be able to. Back to my question, do you think these teams are going to be wanting to keep it out in the laning phase or just go and start playing for objectives?
Well, first of all, Last Dragon is pretty much free. Whenever a Cerritos wants to do it, they can just pretty much do so. Their bot lane is so much more dominant right now. Their junglers have been hanging around down there. Their mid laner is also winning, so they can easily just do it, and just reset, go back to lanes, and just keep lane phase, but have an extra dragon in gold.
It definitely could happen, just with how much attention Decrypt has been paying. He possibly could be positioning for it. I do realize that Lulu Manunu has gone back, but not going to be making a play out of it just yet. Point coming out on the bottom, and he's still looking for the push, and a lot of damage onto Waz's from that as well. And this is the bowling that you normally see from Illusion.
Yeah, I mean, they're just, again, they're just heading levels, and he has no summer. He's not level 6 yet. It's a really rough lane right now. They need to go back, get some levels, get some more HP too, and just come back, hopefully be able to fight them then.
So this is looking like a tower picked up for the side of Cerritos High School. Gonna pick it up easily. 10 minutes in, first tower of the game going over to them. And they're just starting to make a little bit of a slower play. In the past, they've been going for some really aggressive plays in the early game. This time, a little bit more objective based. Playing very cautiously. Obviously don't want to lose a third game when they could just go completely undefeated in the season. They don't want to make any mistakes.
Yeah, I agree. And here, this one for the free dragon. I mean, they already forced Edmonton to go back to base, and it's free dragon.
Yep. Looks like middle lane. Dragon will pick up middle lane though. Yada.com gets ganked, but a nice satchel charge away.
Yeah, right now we can see that Cerritos is fairly ahead. Like, all the lanes are winning in CS. They are up objectives, have towers. They're looking really good right now.
So, looking over at CS counts, also another thing that Cerritos High School are very ahead in. 90 on how to play, 30 CS against his opponent. Middle lane 40 CS up, and bottom lane 20 CS up. Kahlua has actually gone for triple Doran's Blades on that Draven.
Yeah, he was just behind CS. He needed some way to get back to lane. Doran's Blades are a very cheap way to get early HP, early damage, and a little bit of lifesteal just to help him survive in the lane and just hopefully get him to a position where he can actually fight.
So so far, factors in this game for Cerritos High School have just been really some nice jungle presence, some nice just lane dominance, and just good old lane dominance in general for them, just being so strong. Top lane, going to be seeing some trades once again, flashing how to play or looking for it, but Lulu Maininu is here to pay some more visits to how to play up in this top lane. They've been trying to get a lot of ganks around the map, but so far they just haven't been successful.
Yeah, I mean, Lee Sin, he's a strong ganker, but right now the lanes aren't exactly that strong for ganking, other than the bot lane, which fell behind early on. And Lee Sin just needs to be able to use his ultimate to make plays in order for his team to be able to come back right now. They're fairly behind, they need kills. They do get this turret though, which is really nice. It's a really good time to come top.
Yeah, definitely a nice play there for Lulu Maininu. Able to force out how to play on that top lane. Bottom lane though, here's the Soul Shackles going to be coming out, trying to get out to 2 here. Could not get the stun onto any. Decrupt is here for a gank. Could not find any CC though, and they will have to be just settling for pushing the tower right now. However, we do see that Kalel is going to be roaming down from the middle lane. Nice getting on to Waz. He's Megan Frennemon coming in on the back line as well. Only going to hit minions though. Kalel is here for the fight, goes for the shockwave, lands it onto 3 members. Kalua wants to go in, but Kalel gets taken down by Decrupt. Lulu Maininu has now joined the fight, gonna be getting after Mufasa, finds the kill. He'll be looking to possibly get on for more here. Gets over to the ward, flashes in for Decrupt, trying to get this kill, gets the kickback as well for some extra damage. He surely will be picking up this kill, will be able to for Kalua. Meanwhile, Flash is chasing after the rest of Cerritos High School. 2 members falling in that fight.
That was really good play. They knew that Jax did not have TP, and they just used Shimon TP behind them, and had Lee Sin come in and had Orianna roam now. Even though Ori was really low and died almost instantly, she did get off a really good ultimate that allowed them to chase, allowed Crescenta Valley High School to get a few kills on the map, which they really need at this point.
Yeah, but even though it's Crescenta that won the fight, Cerritos High School make a nice move, roaming over to middle lane, still wanting to apply pressure, get some damage to this middle lane tower.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't get anything done bottom, so they decided to go mid, push it down. I mean, it's really low, so they can almost get it at any point, and that was good. And here, top lane, they're also pushing, and I mean, that's what you want to do. If people are making plays on the other side of the map, and you can't really do anything there, you want to be able to at least push your lane, make them lose CS, take some tower damage, and that's what they did.
Yep, also how to play it, just sticking up to that top lane. Nope, his middle lane is somewhere else, but, I mean, his lane opponent is somewhere else, but he decides he wants to be that Jax, just stick up to pushing that top lane, and just kind of what you normally will be seeing from any Jax. Want to go for split push, want to go for late game. So Cerritos High School, not having their greatest of fights, however, they are still ahead in gold in kills and towers, albeit a few less numbers in that area. But how to play actually wants to go for a dive. Lulu Maininu is here to get a gank on, forces the flash away from how to play. He'll be looking to get out of this one, how to play. We'll be sticking the brush. Lulu Maininu gets jumped on, flash coming in. He is low, but how to play cannot catch up to him. Now he'll have to be dueling out, but Decrupt is actually to help out his top lane, and Lulu Maininu will be going down. Decrupt with the save, and now they'll be looking for more. Repel coming in. Decrupt is chasing after Flash, who is so low, and he will not be going down. Meanwhile, though, in the bottom lane, there's a shockwave actually coming up. How to play is so low. The double kill coming in from the bottom lane, but Kalel is still fighting up in the top lane. Gonna be trying to get after Decrupt. Decrupt gets a stun, turns this one around. The pounce coming in. The repel coming up as well. He will be getting out, gets the kill, turns over the flash, gets a double kill up in this top lane. It's an ace coming out.
Wow, that was just craziness across the board. Ziggs actually roamed down, Yahoo.com roamed down to bot lane and helped New Era and Mufasa just get a double kill down there. And they're also taking top turret. That was a complete map ace. Could not have gone any better. Yeah,
they just had control over the whole map. All members of the team are just doing very well right now. Decrupt, possibly the highlight member of this team right now, 5-1. So Fed, Yahoo.com is actually trading out with Kalua right now, possibly making another kill for himself. Does get it. They rocked right into Lulu Maininu. Dodges out of the Sonic Wave, but he's slowed down by the cripple. They get the stun down onto him as well. He will not get out of it, so the shutdown does come through.
Yahoo.com got a bit too greedy there. He wanted to kill on Draven, but unfortunately that also baited out how to place TP on Jax, and he isn't going to have as much pressure now with the TP being down for 5 minutes.
It's not a little bit playing the jungle, how to play. Actually jumps out onto Lulu Maininu. New Era is there to secure the kill, and Cerritos High School just come out guns blazing now. Slow early game. Middle game now, they're just looking for kills.
That was pretty interesting. Jax actually TP down for an earlier play that he wasn't there in time for, but he managed to still get a kill and take the red buff. And honestly, that's a good consolation prize.
Yeah, it's quick thinking from him. Just knows, hey, I can still make a play inside the jungle. Catches them unaware. So 16 minutes in. Trinity Force finished up for how to play. Decorrupt as well as 2 items finished up. And just looking over, they're looking very strong against their counterparts. Now they're starting to look for a lot more team play.
Yeah, right now they can pretty much just group up, go mid, siege down mid, and just get turrets straight down. They're significantly ahead, and they probably know it. And Jax can easily split push against Shyvana. Nobody can stop them. Jax is pretty much unstoppable at this point.
Yep, so a little bit of siege on the tower. However, how to play is up top lane. New Era, meanwhile, is down at the Dragon Pit area, which has actually just come up. So looks like a pretty free dragon coming in for Cerritos High School.
Yeah, I don't think Crescenta Valley even knew that it was up, and they're just gonna take it for free. They're actually walking in looking contested, but they're forced out. They don't have vision, and frankly, they should be scared. These guys have a lot of CC on them, and they're quite a bit ahead, so running into them is not what you want to do.
Yeah, they just know that they cannot really contest that Dragon pickup right now, so now we'll be seeing a siege onto the middle lane. And Crescenta Valley, what can they do if they can't contest objectives like that?
Thing is, they need to contest it, but they also need to have time on it and they need to be ready. And here,
Kalal flashes. Gets out of the Mega Inferno Bomb. Might have killed him, but Decorrupt wants to follow up. The stun coming in. He's far behind enemy lines. He does get kicked away. Kalal will survive. Lulu Manunu with a great kick to save his mid laner.
That was a good play from Lulu Manunu. That name is interesting.
Yes. I'm not even sure what it means. We never figured out what it means.
It rhymes. That's what it means.
Yeah, definitely. So, still a nice play coming in here. They finally take down Decorrupt. He was 5-2 before. He was 5-1 before. No longer. Does finally fall.
Yeah, for Crescenta Valley, if they can keep taking it down these killing sprees, get these bounty gold, they could come back. I mean, like that was a pretty much 600 gold spree with the assist that they got for free, and they need stuff like that in order to come back.
Yeah, and it's kind of what Yahoo.com was in the bottom lane. He got a little bit too greedy. Same thing comes out from Decorrupt. He charges right over here behind the inhibitor tower, and it's just a very greedy move, and obviously sort of a very rash decision possibly.
Yeah, like I said earlier, when you're this far ahead, you can make mistakes, and if you make enough of them, Crescenta Valley are going to be able to come back.
Like this.
Yep.
New Era getting caught out here. Here is the Dragon's Descent coming across. Rolling Death will not be finding anything. New Era still trying to count out the heal coming in, as well as the Flash to try to get away. Lulu Manunu is right on his heels, just needs to land one Sonic Wave. Doesn't land it, but Flash is still chasing after. They do have the movement speed, and Flash picks up the kill.
Nice, and they also do get their own blue up too.
Yes.
So on top of a free kill, they're getting back onto the they're getting back on the board, and they're slowly making their comeback.
Yeah, the kill lead has definitely diminished for Cerritos High School, and it's just been, again, they're just kind of being a little bit too far forward, having New Era up in that top lane, solo pushing by himself. Possibly wanted to go for a bit of a replay from a quarterfinals match where he soloed 3 members continuously and all this, and it was absolutely insane from him. But unfortunately, teams have been being very smart about it. It's the second time he's actually gone for a kind of split push, and he's sent 2 members to deal with him, and those 2 members to just easily pick him up.
Yeah, when you're split pushing like that, you need to be very careful. You need to have boards down. You need to know where the enemy team is. And he was just a little bit too greedy there, a little bit extend too far, and yeah, it's going to hurt him.
Yeah, obviously you just also want to have pressure coming in from the rest of your team, right?
Yeah, I mean, you want the other members on the other side of the map to be pressuring as you're pressuring and split pushing.
Nope, that's what we're going to be seeing now here. How to play down in this bottom lane, the rest of the team over in middle lane. And he's actually holding off 2 members of Crescenta Valley High School, while Cerritos High School go ahead and take down the middle lane tower. 20 minutes in, 4 towers to 1, and they're making their way over to the inhibitor tower.
Yeah, they definitely need to fight. You need to stop them from pushing like this, and they need to just go on them.
Yeah, Crescenta, though, is nowhere to be found. Flash taking a lot of poke damage. He has to run away after that. And they lose a lot of damage on that inhibitor tower. Meanwhile, bottom lane, How to Play is able to push up.
Yeah, Jax is going to be, like I said, he's a monster right now. He just wants to split push. He has TP. His team is able to handle them just fine.
Oh, look at this
and
poke.
they're just sieging down this turret.
This poke is absolutely terrifying for this side of Crescenta Valley. Nice Dark Grinding coming in for some damage, and they really want to go Mega Inferno Bomb coming across as well, and they're just trying to keep whittling down the health bars, discourage Crescenta Valley for going for a fight, as you said they should be going for. They just can't go for one.
Yeah, they need to heal and just run at them and just get engaged down. Use Annie, use their flash engage, and just go. They don't have any other choice. They're getting poked down. They're about to lose their bottom turret also. They're about to lose it mid and also.
Use the top laner there. How to play finds the kill. Solo under the inhibitor tower. And now there's a lot of pressure. The inhibitor has fallen. Ping's actually going down. How to play does fall to Luna Ninu. However, Cerritos High School are taking advantage of the situation. Crescenta Valley are unable to protect their base right now as the first Nexus Tower does fall. Cerritos High School with a very smart move, but Kahlua now taking a lot of damage here. They're trying to find an entry. Luna Ninu is around, trying to get to somebody. Decrypt will be pouncing it onto him, gets the kickback onto him. Here's the flash in from Mufasa. They're going in for the Soul Shackles. Mufasa, though, gets the stun, looking it away. It's one more auto attack, but he cannot go down, and he does survive.
Wow, that was really well played from Cerritos. They all got out. They even got one of the base turrets, and they only lost Jax. And honestly, that's a good trade for him. Definitely saying word from chat right now.
Definitely just strong play. They get some damage onto the bottom inhibitor tower as well. Actually, he heals up now, so guess not. That doesn't mean too much anymore. But still, Cerritos High School coming up big. The third game. They're just looking to make, kind of a faster game than the last game.
Yeah, I think they're just really making a statement. They're bringing out really strong champions. Sure, they're a little bit shaky. They're giving up a couple kills once in a while, but they're playing well. They're looking to end this game fast, and they're just going for this really, really early Baron.
Yeah, if anything is a statement, I bet this is.
Yeah, and right now, I don't think Crescenta Valley even knows about this, and quite frankly, they probably wouldn't be able to stop it.
Yep, we can see the vision right here. They have absolutely no clue that this is happening, and in fact, they don't have many wards on the map at all.
Yeah, when you're behind like this, it's hard.
Yeah, obviously.
It's hard to get wards out, but you need to get wards out. That's the only way you can come back into this game. Lulu Nunu was actually just doing white camp as they're taking down Baron. Unfortunately for him, he's going to find out that Elise does have Baron buff and is forced to run away.
Yes, so now Cerritos High School, Baron buffed up, 23 minutes in. They're 10,000 gold ahead, 23 minutes in. Pretty significant early gold lead.
Yes, pretty significant is quite an understatement. They are miles ahead right now.
Yes.
And right now, Cerritos, all they do is just group up and just take out the rest of their turrets, and they're doing just that.
Yep, so roaming up to the top, and as you've been saying, should be able to easily see just one down. Baron buffed up with all the poke they've been putting out. They don't even need their AD carry. New Era is actually in the middle lane right now. The rest of them are pushing up in top lane. New Era looking like he's going to have very little opposition. So now we'll be seeing over at the inhibitor tower. You need to go in.
Yeah, it's really hard to
damage
fight
from the side. New Era, the Mega Inferno Bomb takes down Kahlua. Yahoo.com with the kill. Now how to play wants to jump back in here. Lulu Ninu gets low. Gets taken out by Yellow attacks from New Era. Waz is going down as well, but he will be able to survive, but not for long. The flash in double kill coming out for New Era. They're trying to dive onto him, but he is going to go down. But the Nexus is exposed. 3 members are down. There's a shockwave coming across. Flash is chained up on here. He does get a double kill, but he is low. The Nexus is going down. Cerritos High School tried to focus between them and the Nexus, but Cerritos High School will be picking up the win. They will be your High School Star League Season 1 champions.
That's a quick game.
Yeah.
Cerritos, they went in the game plan. They picked strong champions.
Yeah.
They just steamrolled. They played extremely well. Crescenta Valley, they had a solid game plan also.
Yeah.
They did well early game.
Yeah. So just a really solid game coming out. Kind of what you would expect from an undefeated team, and they keep their undefeated streak until next year if they participate, of course, which I hope they do, because it'll be kind of a good obstacle for teams to try and overcome. But so far, Cerritos High School playing so strong right now, and they have just been dominating throughout the whole season.
They look really good. I think they can definitely be a strong challenger team too. I mean, I wouldn't say they're an LCS caliber team, but they're looking really solid. And with enough practice and a couple more years, they can definitely be a top team.
They actually did participate in the NA Challenger Series as Kings of Tilt a while ago. Lost a teammate, but teammate.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking like a solid challenger team. Maybe not the best, but they can definitely do something there. And they do really well in this high school league. Yeah. So, guys, with that, Cerritos High School are your victors. However, we're not over just yet. We'll be sending it over to the analysts as to break down some of the bigger plays from that game. Guys, don't go anywhere. The High School Star League League of Legends Season 1 Championships will continue. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the High School Star League's Analyst Desk. Crescenta here, joined by two very special guests. One might even say they're ex-special. I'm sorry, it's two. I feel everybody's got to get it out at least once. And, of course, with me also is Keen. And did you guys have any general thoughts about the game, ex-special?
I just want to say that even though Crescenta Valley went down 0-3, they had glimmers of hope. They played really well, I think. Cerritos, they're a really good team. They show promise even in the challenger scene, and it's no surprise that they took first. And I think Crescenta Valley can at least go home happy saying, we did well, and they should be proud of themselves.
Absolutely fantastic insight. Now, we do have a clip prepared to show Cerritos' dominance in the early game, and we're going to throw that up on the screen in just a second. Special, why don't you break it down for us?
Yeah, this was the very first play where Cerritos just took a foothold onto Crescenta Valley. Here, Elise was able to get to his jungle before Elise even finished his red, and Draven wasn't even ready. And it showed. Both these guys, Annie and Draven, are just scared. They're trying to run. They use all their summers just to get away. And unfortunately for the Draven and Annie, a lane that you want to be bullying the Morgana Lucian in, they're forced to play passive. They're forced to throw all their summers down just to get away. And that's not a position you want to be in as the Draven and Annie. And after that, it showed. They couldn't play aggressive, and they fell way behind.
Absolutely. And with the bottom lane secured for Cerritos High School, the only thing really left up to chance was the top lane. Now, our next clip, we're going to have Keen go ahead and break it down. That's going to be what really helps Cerritos secure the game. So, Keen, why don't you go ahead and walk us through it?
There was a 3v2 team fight on there, and Alice trying to catch Shibana. They are coming down. And Mrs. Cocoon, then Oriana lands a 2-man shockwave in there. And Liz trying to 1v1. And then later on, he lands a smite cocoon right there. It was great, and they just managed to get a kill. And I think that's a double kill right there to Shibana. Yep.
Some very impressive stuff indeed. Cerritos demonstrating dominance in every lane, from the jungle to the mid lane, from the top to the bottom, and that is what helped them secure the first place win. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Special Keen, thank you for your insight. We're going to go ahead and toss it over to our host in just a minute. Before we get started with the awards ceremony, don't go anywhere. Let's get a look at these shiny trophies soon. Stay tuned.